What is up, everybody? I'm coming at you once again with the sunrise in the background. Figure I'd give you a little bit of a landscape view. Check out this beautiful state that I'm so lucky to live in. Today I'm coming at you with a story about Miami's new head coach, Mike McDaniel. News just broke yesterday that Miami and Mike McDaniel have agreed to terms on a deal for him to become the next head coach, replacing Brian Flores, who was fired after much controversy as to him being difficult to deal with. And now we're hearing more details about what actually is going on behind the scenes in Miami. Kind of makes you wonder why Mike McDaniel would make you the decision to take this job. Regardless, let's look into his background and see what he's all about and why he's getting this job. He's a type of guy who's spent the majority of his career coaching under either Mike or Kyle Shanahan in the Shanahan system. He began his career back in 2005 with Denver as a coaching intern under Mike Shanahan, Gary Kubiak. In 2006, he followed Kubiak to Houston, where Kubiak became the head coach. He spent 3 seasons in Houston under Kubiak before once again before joining the UFL's Sacramento Mountain Lions as a running back coach. These were the only 2 years of his entire career as a coach in which he was not in the Shanahan system directly under a Shanahan or Kubiak. In 2011, he rejoined the NFL, this time with Washington. He was under Kyle Shanahan. Once again, his first 2 seasons there, he was an offensive assistant before moving up to wide receivers coach. The following season in 2014, he was again a wide receiver coach, this time again under Kyle Shanahan with Cleveland, where Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for 1 season before he moved on to Atlanta. And as you can guess, McDaniel followed him once again, this time again as an offensive assistant with Atlanta for 2 seasons. When Shanahan accepted the head coaching position with the 49ers, McDaniel followed him once again, becoming his run game coordinator. Despite a very short career in the NFL, he was a trusted assistant for Shanahan, and he knew the system damn near better than anybody but the Shanahans themselves. So it only made sense for Kyle Shanahan to bring him aboard. At first, he was splitting coordinator duties with Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother. And when Robert Saleh took the job with the Jets, Mike LaFleur followed him as his offensive coordinator, giving McDaniel the chance to be the offensive coordinator solely by himself for the first season of his career. Apparently, 1 season as an offensive coordinator was all McDaniel needed, as he has now been named the head coach of the Miami Dolphins for the 2022 season. Hopefully, for his sake, much longer than just the 22 season. This obviously leaves a hole in San Francisco at offensive coordinator, but if you watch my other video that I posted, Anthony Lynn was hired as the assistant head coach in San Francisco just a couple days ago. I spoke on the fact that I believed that was a preemptive hiring in order to prevent the 49ers from having a hole at offensive coordinator should McDaniel leave. Well, that has happened at this point. So with that being the case, this now means that Anthony Lynn will most likely step back into an offensive coordinator position, this time under Kyle Shanahan, a much more prominent and respected head coach than Dan Campbell is at this point. This will rehab Anthony Lynn's image and hopefully get him back into consideration as a head coach in the 2023 season and beyond. While this also fills a huge need for Kyle Shanahan, as Anthony Lynn knows this system well. He's played in it, he's coached it, and he's also coached several other schemes, which will bring an outside perspective to an offense that may or may not have grown a little stale when it comes to the playoffs. Depending on how you look at this team, I believe the 49ers are primed for success for many years to come, especially with a guy like Anthony Lynn aiding an already high-profile coaching staff, with Shanahan running the team, and D'Amico Ryans as the defensive coordinator. With Ryan sticking around a season, Lin joining the staff, and Shanahan most likely back once again, it should be an interesting first year as a starter for Trey Lance, with the 49ers looking to ship Jimmy Garoppolo away this offseason. With all that being said, let's get back to Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels is going to be looking for a staff that can help him bring the Shanahan system to Miami. So there's a couple names that I wanted to highlight, including John Embry. He was the assistant head coach and tight end coach for the 49ers for the past 4 to 5 seasons. And after the 2021 season, he was let go, depending on who you ask, as he was fired or he was asked to take a pay cut, a 60% pay cut, despite the fact that the tight end position has been one of the most reliable positions on the 49ers roster. A lot of people are calling this another tactic of racism in the league. I'm not going to go that far. I think Embry had run his course as the assistant head coach with the 49ers, and I think this opened up a spot for Anthony Lynn to come in and be a part of this coaching staff going forward. I mean, if you're trading John Embry, one minority, for Anthony Lynn, another minority, you can't really claim racism, especially considering the fact that Embry has done not much other than coach tight ends in the NFL. So you went and got a guy who's known for being a head coach in the NFL, being an interim head coach, being an offensive coordinator, coaching running backs, doing all these different things that make him a very crucial candidate for this offense. So I think that's why Embry left. I don't think Shanahan's racist. I think he's proven year after year after year that he is going to promote coaches that are capable, whether they are black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. He, at the end of the day, wants the best coaches in the positions that they belong in, which is why D'Amico Ryans is a defensive coordinator after 4 seasons as a coach. Shanahan doesn't mess around with bias. He never has. He's always looked at who's going to give me the best chance to succeed, because at the end of the day, that's all the NFL is about. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It matters who you are as a man and what you can do for me as a coach or a player. That's all that should matter. But yet here we are once again, another season talking about race as if it should even be a factor in the NFL. But that's neither here nor there. A couple other coaches that he could look to join his staff would be Corey Unlin and James Betcher. Both of these men were former defensive coordinators in different locations. Unlin with Philadelphia and Betcher with the Giants, I believe. Both of these guys, they wouldn't be the most inspiring hires, but they've got previous experience, which is crucial when you're starting a first-time head coach who only has 1 season as a play caller at that. This hire more or less breaks down to the fact that Miami just believes in the Shanahan system, and they believe that Mike McDaniel is the next guy who can coach that system with proficiency. He has been in the system longer than just about anybody else, and he spent his entire career studying and learning this system to get to this point. He marks the 8th current coach from the Shanahan coaching tree, so it's obviously a belief around the league, but this is something that has become kind of a trend around the league. You find an organization that has found success with a certain coaching staff and coaching tree, and you poach that staff. I mean, we've seen it time and again with the Patriots coaching staff. We've seen it in Philadelphia as Eagles fans. You watch as Brad Childress, Frank Reich, Pat Shurmur, Sean McDermott a couple years after he left, and John Harbaugh all got head coaching positions. That's kind of what you want as a coaching staff. If you're bringing in the high-end talent and garnering the respect that the Eagles and these other teams are currently, like the 49ers have begun to do, then you're going to draw a higher candidate of coach. That's exactly why Anthony Lynn lands in San Francisco, because he knows that's his best opportunity to raise his profile once again. That's what you want. You want to draw the best talent, the best experience, the best coaching in order to raise your team to the next level. And that's what Shanahan has done once again. As far as McDaniel goes, I really don't have much of an opinion on how he's going to be as a head coach. We've seen this go both ways. Several guys who have been from the Shanahan-McVay system have succeeded. Several guys have kind of floundered in their first season. So we'll have to see what happens here. But McDaniel has a quarterback to work with and a couple different pieces on the offense, like Mike Gesicki, to build on. I think he needs some wide receiver help, and I don't think Devontae Parker is the type of guy that you're going to give big money to stick around, so he might be gone in 2023. But at the end of the day, I think McDaniel's got the right system. It just depends on the type of coaching staff that he's able to assemble in 2022. That's all I've got for you guys today. Go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me hear your thoughts. Do you think McDaniel's going to be successful in Miami? Do you think Lynn does take the offensive coordinator position in San Francisco? How do you think both these men fare? Do you think I'm way off base on the assistant coaches that I'm presenting as possible hires for McDaniel? Like I said, drop your opinions below. I'd love to chat some football with you guys. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for dropping in and viewing this video. Also, I want to reiterate my partnership with Seat Geek. If you use my code SamShady on any purchase through Seat Geek, you can save $20 immediately at checkout. So go ahead and drop me some support by using my code with Seat Geek. I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, thanks for the support.